Hi everyone, welcome to another session of GCSE Maths. So we're going to do algebraic expressions. This will be our part number 2 and we're going to look at factorizing. So we'll do some examples. Example number 1, it says factorize 9x plus 15. So if we go something like this, what we have to do is we have to factorize for each term. So we go here, we go 9x, so we need to look for factors for 9x. Also we need to look for factors of 15. Here it says work out factors of 9x, so we will have 1 times 9 times x, so 1 goes 9 times into 9 and then you go x, so that's one possible factor. And then the other factor would be 3 times 3 times x. So these are only two factors for 9x. Factors of 15 would be 1 times 15, 1 goes 15 times. Then 3 goes 5 times, 3 times 55, it would be 15. So these are the only two possible factors. Now to factorize 9x plus 15, so we need a set of brackets, and then what we have to look for is the highest common factor. So keyword is highest and common. Here if we look at first term, we need to look for what is highest. So we go 9 is highest, but there is no 9, which means there is no 9 is not a common factor. If we look at the next one, which is 3, so we go 3 here and then we go 3 here as well, which means 3 is a common, and we could say highest as well, but we can't. Here we go x, but there is no x on this one, which means only 3 is the highest common factor, which we can take out of the bracket. So if we take 3 out, so we'll have to divide this whole term with 3. So we'll have 3 goes 3 times and then we go x, so that will be 3x inside the bracket plus this plus, then 3 goes 5 times into 15, so this is where the 15. So factorizing of 9x plus 15 would be 3 times 3x plus 5. So this is our answer. So example number 2, factorize 12ab minus 2ac plus 4a squared. So this is a squared, not a 2ab. So that's 4a square b. Again we'll have to work out the factors for first term, which is 12ab. So that will be 1 times 12 times a times b. So that's one way of factorize this. Look for the factors of this. We can write as 2 times 6 times a times b. So 2 goes 6 times into 12 and then we go a times b. We can write 3 times 4 times a times b. So these are the possible factors for 12ab. Next one, which is 8ac. We can write 1 times 8 times a times c. So 1 goes 8 times and a times c. 2 goes 4 times a times c. So these are the only two possible factors for 8ac. Next, work out factors of 4a square b, so which is this term. We can write 1 times 4 times a square times b. We can break this a square down as 1 times 4 times a times b. Then we can write 2 times 2 times a square times b. Again, we can break this a squared down again. 2 times 2 times a times a times b. Now, so we have to factorize the whole term. So what we have to look for is, we're going to look for highest common factor. Yeah, so highest and common. So here, out of these three terms, we go 12 here, but there is no 12 on the other two terms. We go 2, but we go 4 here. We go 4 here on this term, and then we go 4 here as well. So this is highest and common. So we take the 4 out, and then we go a on this one. We go a on this one, and we go a on this one. So a is a highest common factor as well. So we take the 4a out. Now we have to do division. So 4 goes 3 times, so that's 3, and then if we divide a with a, that would be 1, so we just left with b, and then minus, which is this minus, 4 goes 2 times, which is 2, and then a divided by a, which is just 1, so we left with c, that's 2c, plus 4a square b. So 4 goes into 4 one time, and then we go a square, and then we go a. So if we divide a square by a, that would be just 1a, and then we go this b. So this is our answer. Now, to check whether it's correct or not, if we expand this bracket, we should have this this term. Let's move to next one, which is our example number 3. Factorize y squared plus 7y plus 10. So how we factorize a quadratic is, we'll have to find two numbers that have a product of positive 10, which is this 10. So we'll have to find two numbers first, which will give me positive 10, and a sum of, that two number gives me positive 10. Also that two number gives me a sum of positive 7. So when you find two numbers which is going to give me positive 10, also that two number have to give me a plus 7, sum of plus 7. Yeah. So first we have to look for factors of 10, which would be 1 times 10, and it would be 2 times 5. These are the two factors of 10. So if we look at 1 times 10 would be 10, but it's not going to give me a positive 7. Yeah, so we'll have to use, if we multiply 2 and 5 together, that will be positive 10. And if we add these two together, that will be positive 7. So which satisfy these two numbers. So we're gonna get these two numbers. Now we'll do the factorizing. So we put our quadratic equation here. So for factorizing, we need two sets of brackets. So that's one set of brackets. That's the other set of bracket. We'll have to put y here and y there. That would give me this y squared. And now we need to put our product 2 and 5, which is two numbers we can use to satisfy this positive 10. So we put 2 here and then 5 there, so that would be 2 times 5 would be our 10. So we need positive 10, which means we'll have to put plus sign. Also we need to put we need to put plus here as well to get these plus 7. Yeah, so these two, if we multiply these two numbers, we'll get 10, positive 10. If we add these two together, we'll get the positive 7. So this is our answer. So to check whether it's correct or not, if we expand these two brackets, we should get this term. Yeah, so that's how we can factorize quadratic equations. So we go another example here, which is again a quadratic equation, y squared minus 16. This is a little bit tricky, but it's not that difficult. So what we have to do is we need to rewrite the equation, and we know we'll have to add another term. So we go y squared, and we just added 0y, which means nothing, and minus 16. Again, we'll have to find two numbers that have a product of this number, negative 16, and we'll also need sum of 0. So we'll have to look for the factors of 16. So we're going to have 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. Now we'll have to look for two numbers, which is going to give me 0 and minus 16. So 1 times 16, which is going to be 16, but it's not going to be 0. 2 times 8, which is not going to be 0 again. Now 4 times 4 would be 16, and if we subtract from each other, then we'll have negative 0. So we put y squared minus 16 equals to that terms, and again we need two sets of brackets. So you go one there, go one here, one there. And we need two y's, so we go y there, and then we are using these two numbers. So we go 4 and 4, and so that would give me 16. Now to make it 0, so we need to put plus to one of these one of this bracket, and then we'll have to put minus to one of these bracket as well. So this is our answer. Now to check whether it's correct or not, if we expand these two brackets again, we should have this y squared minus 16. So yeah, that's it from me for today. If you guys got any question, please feel free to ask in the comment box, and please subscribe for next video. Thank you for watching.